I thought you were going to kill me. Well, that's a fine story. Look, they hanged me once. They broke my neck. The great Bela Lugosi as Igor from the 1939 classic, Son of Frankenstein. That is right, Rudy. They hanged me because I did not finish cooking the sausages on time. I make them the best. Slivovitz. We make it right in the basement.
So, yes, look at this crazy piece by Tony Pitocco, the great Tony Pitocco. Sculpted and finished by Tony. As far as I know, Tony painted this piece. This is like, to me, this is the best Igor of all. Tony nailed it, man.
Yes, that is right. Today we offer mask for you to buy. You can buy one of Dwayne Whitehead's beautiful Nosferatu pieces.
So yeah, look at this. Dwayne Whitehead, my good friend, sculpted this Nosferatu mask. If you would like to purchase one, they are a steal. Finished, painted, haired, all by Dwayne. I think they're like, I could be wrong, between $75 and $100, something like that. I should check my notes on this before I make a commercial. But yeah, get them while they're hot. They're not going to last long. Good old fashioned rubber.
Yeah, that is right, Rudy.
So, man, what are we going to talk about? I had to show you. This is not part of my collection. He's here on loan. And anyway, it's so beautiful. This belongs to my friend Eric Holmquist. And it's such a nice piece. I said, Eric, I got to put him on the channel while he's hanging out here with the rest of the gang. Just the eyes. It's like, I think it's got like glass, maybe acrylic eyes in it. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece by Tony. Look at that.
You like, huh? You like this mask? It is not for sale. No. Put it back.
So, look at this. I don't think we ever talked about this. I figured I better since I just listed it on eBay. This is from the 1977 classic, The Island of Dr. Moreau. The Boar Man, right? I believe this is the original Burman foam master. Tom Burman sculpted this version for distortions, okay? So, to my knowledge, he did the movie makeup, yes, but he sculpted this exact piece for Distortions Unlimited. So, I am guessing, like I said, that this is the Burman master, the foam master that Ed would use to make the Distortions masks. In the beginning, okay, they were made with the tusks casted separately. Like I said, I don't have a mold for the tusks. Later on, they were cast as one piece, okay? They probably lost a little size then, I'm guessing, as well. So this tells me this is the toothless freak version. This is the toothless version or the tuskless version. This is no doubt probably the original foam master, the early one that Burman gave to Ed. Like, here you go, have at it. Just adds to this being the original, you know, in my mind, the original Burman master that he gave Ed. Like, go make those cool masks, bro. So, it's just so cool, isn't it? In 1982, Distortions Unlimited produced a Boar Man mask, okay? It was during the Masters of Hollywood makeup line when they did like the original Saucer Man, they did the Creepshow pieces, they did the Pickman's model, you know, all the movie related makeup, all the movie makeup related, you know, pieces. They did produce a Boar Man. He had the, you know, the tusks and the hair. However, this does not have like any of the wording that would be on the mask later when produced by Distortions. You know what I mean? It would have like wording like whatever the movies, like you know, Universal Studios or whatever movie company was on there. Most likely it would probably say Distortions Unlimited somewhere. But none of that is on here. It's here, and I've got some other cool foam masters in the house here that are actually possibly getting sold off, and I'm going to keep them quiet for now because they're going to a very special project with a big old mask company. So they may be coming back into the into circulation. They're from a certain movie, and if it happens, I'll explain later what it was, but I had to show you this because it's so cool. I almost kept this just as a frickin' piece of art, you know? It's so awesome. And I like this better than the finished mask looked, you know? It's so gnarly looking. The sculpture is amazing. I would love to see this brought back in a real high-end version. You know, the Distortions version was a mass-produced piece. I would love to see a real detailed... It's so tempting to have this thing just finished off. But man, is this cool. Wouldn't it be neat to see like a really crazy custom piece made out of this? It doesn't have the tusks. I don't have a little mold for tusks. That could easily be sculpted by any, you know, any semi-talented sculptor out there. Now we're going back in time to 1960, the Mario Bava classic, Black Sunday. I used to love the images of this film long before I saw it. Of course, as a kid, reading Fangoria magazine, you saw those black and white photos where they got the mask, like getting ready to nail it to her face, you know, with the spikes. And she looked so helpless and hot, you know, tied up there. And it was just another one of those images that Fangoria burned into my sick brain as a child, as a kid, you know? So, of course, the images of that and this character, and I love the film. I finally saw the film, you know, I was probably 14, 15, and I just loved it. I loved it, and to this day, it remains one of my favorite movies. And for the longest time, I thought that this was sculpted by Henry Alvarez for some reason. I think someone maybe listed one years ago under the name of Henry as the sculptor, and I was just thrown off for a long time thinking Henry did it. No, it was sculpted by Wayne Strong, okay? And this is a great copy that belonged to my friend Dwayne Whitehead, okay? The good old Barbara Steele character. This is a full life-size figure built by Dwayne himself. Dwayne built the whole thing. I was carrying her over here like carefully, and her head fell off, rolled away. Her wig flew the other way. I was so mad. So it is possible that her head has to go down about an inch more onto the mannequin, but you get the idea. She is really, this to me is one of the coolest things here, because you never see life-size Barbara Steele, you know, the characters of, what is it? You know, you never see a life-size Asa character. Is that her name in the movie? Asa? And I never seen one in anybody's collection, but here you go. So it's so cool having this mannequin set up of her. And Dwayne painted this head. I had a real nice one that I sent to Kathy Tharp, okay? I ended up getting a Mucklebones casting because he was re-releasing it for a while. I don't know if he still does, but I sent it to Kathy. She worked her magic on it, making it gorgeous. You know, it was so beautiful, it was too beautiful. She was too lifelike, meaning flesh tones, you know, she had skin color. Here she's dead. She came back from the dead, right? So I had it for the longest time. It was a gorgeous copy. I went and met Barbara Steele in person, which was amazing to finally meet her. And she was so nice. And I was holding the thing, I was holding it down here right at the time, like tucked under my arm, and she saw the wig at first. And she goes, "Oh, hello, do you sell wigs or whatever?" You know, I go, no. And I go, "Look at this." And I held her head in my hands, you know, and she loved it. She signed it. And it was a great moment as a collector, meeting Barbara Steele, having her autograph the freaking head. And I ended up getting Dwayne's life-size figure of her. And I just kept going back and forth like, all right, I'll sell it. I'll sell the one Kathy painted for me, even though it was so special to me. And Dwayne's now. This one, I have another one. I have another one I'm acquiring that she looks a little more dead in it. So I may put this one up on the shelf and add the deader looking one to the mannequin. But back to this mannequin. The rib cage. Look at the cool rib cage, okay? This I love because it reminds me of like, you know, Glenn Danzig's shirts when he put his bones on them. This was actually handmade by Dwayne with paper mache. Like, this is so cool. Look at that. Dwayne is really, really a talented guy. Like, you know, say what you will about him. He's a very talented man. And I taught him everything he knows, of course, yeah. But anyway, no, I did not. But this is great. Everyone's like, "Where did you get that?" I'm like, "That's the only one that exists." You know, he made that sucker. So anyway, had to show you this amazing Barbara Steele from the 1960 Mario Bava classic, Black Sunday. And I have a mask somewhere around here, but it's not a great version of it. But I've got the movie poster for, oh, let's go. Come here.
This is cool, since I actually have it hanging up right here. Look at.
But there it is. The original, you know, one sheet. Isn't that cool? Look at that. There she is, getting tied up there, and you know what's going to happen. But this is so cool. If I had a giant mansion, you know, I would have that on a staircase at the next level, like in the corner on the wall, and have her in front of the poster. Oh my God. But I don't. So back to this awesome figure. I think I need to pull her up a little bit. She's a little short. Anyhow, had to show you the old Barbara because this is a great. Every time people see it in photos, they're like, "Oh my God, Barbara Steele!" You know, so can we pick out one more mask today? Will it be a female? We already talked about her, which is great. We already talked about her. I need to get all the female characters one day and just put them all together. You know, that's one thing I really love is female masks, you know, busts or masks of women. Because there's not a ton of them in the hobby. There's a good amount. I don't want to say there's not a ton of them. There's a good amount of them, but you just don't see them often, you know. Her little eyelash needs to be glued on. You know, there's another one right back here. Look at that. We definitely talked about that Harry Inman piece, I think. What else? We gotta look at one more mask tonight. And I'm hoping to film something else special tonight about a toy. It's not a monster toy, but it honestly is one of the coolest toys to come out of the 70s. And I think a lot of you will enjoy seeing it because it is super rare. And I think some of you will remember it. Anyway, what can we show you next? That's the easy part. This, however, is a very rare piece. Amazing detail, size, and look at that. The Burman Studio. Anyway, if you're watching this, it is... Now listen, those of you that are going to message me or comment 6 years from now, it is October 2023. So if this is 3 years later, it's probably gone. Don't comment asking me if you can buy it. So just keep in mind, I had to showcase this because it may be gone this week. And I doubt you will see another one of these surface, you know? It's so cool. All right, let's put the old camera back. I should have started off by saying tonight's video is just gonna be shooting the shit about masks, you know, just showing you a couple things, showing you some newly acquired stuff. Uh-oh, you know who that is. That's Chubby Boy. Well. Hello, Midnight. Welcome to the room. So, what can we talk about next? But yeah, if you like this Nosferatu, get a hold of Dwayne Whitehead, Prop Masters #1 on Instagram. He and I were going to collaborate on some masks. About 6 months ago, we were talking about it. I've been so busy, I just said, dude, run with it. Start making masks, whatever you got to do. And you never know. In the near future, we may start our own mask company. We have talked about it. Yep. I got a lot going on, though. You know, like I'm crazy. Those of you may have seen this piece before, somewhere out there in mask land. This is one of my favorite things that is in the collection. The old Vampira, sculpted by Carol Hicks, the great Carol Hicks. And real quick, I've never talked about these on the channel, I don't think. So, one thing, I've had this piece, God, for probably 12 years or more, this Vampira. My friend Carlos pretty much asks me on a weekly basis if I'll sell it to him. No. When I saw this piece came from Frank's, from the Frankenstein. And I loved this one so much. When I laid eyes on Frank's and saw the just really neat bluish green skin on the paint job, I fell in love with it. So I believe this one was painted by David Lady a long time ago, way before this one was ever painted. I can't remember who did the work on this. For a while, these were being sold on eBay way back when, in the old days, and I can't remember exactly who was finishing these off back then, but they sold, you know, they were some were selling. I don't think a whole lot of them, I don't think a ton of them were produced at that time, but this is one of those that somebody was peddling on eBay back then. Some mask maker that I don't even remember hearing the name of anymore, but I could be wrong. But Frank's is so, oh my God. Frank's is so unique because of the coloring and the cool paint job that David did on it. I've always loved the sculpt on the Carol Hicks Vampira. And now keep in mind, on camera, she's looking lighter than she is. And in person, she's more aged. Like the paint is really getting an aged look to it. And it looks like a really old piece, which is just amazing. Even she's aging, you know, her flesh tone is browning slightly from what she used to look like when I got her, which is great. I love that when masks do that. But what I was trying to get at is the sculpture on the Vampiras have always been great. Like, I've loved the sculpts on these, but the hair always killed it, you know, no matter who did the hair over the years on these Carol Hicks pieces. You know, this is the easy way out. Okay. There is a gentleman, though, I saw on Latex Mask Central Facebook group, who did custom hair. I think he might be a hairdresser. I don't remember, but man, he did the hair on one of these, and it was like feathered. I don't want to say Farrah Fawcett, but black, and it looked like, I mean, it took this to another level. And it really made the piece look like Vampira. Even the makeup was done beautifully by him. So I reached out to him. I go, dude, can you if I sent you this one, can you do the hair for me like you did on yours? And maybe even doctor up the makeup, you know, with the airbrush and whatnot. He's definitely down for it. And I just lost touch with him. I need to get a hold of him and do it. And I said, I got an older one. If it comes out good on her, which I'm sure it will, it was incredible. I may send him Frank's to have the hair done as well. Anyway, so these are great. I really want to get her fixed up, get her hair redone, fix my Elvira upstairs. Remember I got the amazing Elvira? And then put them both on display together. You know, there is nothing hotter than Elvira and Vampira. You know, two of the greats. And I would love to get them displayed together, especially the flesh-toned one next to the flesh-toned Elvira. Here, just like Elvira, hers are way worse, but these yellowed. I'm going to try to remove the yellowing on the eyes on this one, although it really kind of, it adds to the piece, you know, because it looks so old this way. Okay, the last mask for tonight's episode, and this isn't a very long episode. I just have a ton of stuff I have to do tonight. This is not a latex rubber mask. It is a plastic mask. And at first I thought it was put out by the Van Damme company, which I believe is a French company. Yes, I think. And they made these great plastic masks that were kind of like, not like Ben Cooper masks, you know, like the little plastic ones. They're big. They're big masks. And let's go out by the trick shop real quick. And remember, this whole place is still under construction. Let's turn the lights on here. These are Van Damme masks up here. Can you see these? Take a good look. And they are really, really neat characters, okay? I understand some of these characters are not things you would see for sale these days from mask companies, but I have them because of their cool factor. They're weird. I wanted things to be in this trick shop that were more, you know, just strange plastic masks that you would have seen, or you would see in old black and white photos of costume shops, you know, from the 60s, 50s and 60s, you know, like, you know what I mean? When you see like these great photos and all this weird stuff on the walls. I wanted that. I didn't want things where people go, oh yeah, Be Something Studio mask, that's this, and this. No, I wanted things where people go, what is that? What? Look at that. Look at those cool masks. You know, the Indian masks are so freaking neat. They just have this look about them, you know. So this guy's cool as hell, like an old genie, like a, what would you call a wizard? Like a, more of a genie. The weird lady, that's freaky. So the Van Damme mask, these are all Van Dammes. I'm 99% sure they're all from Van Damme. So this last mask, I really want to showcase. Hey, what are you doing? Get off of that. No. You don't stand on there. Jesus, come on. You have a whole house to walk around in. You got to go on the really rare Adam's freaking cardboard sign and just prance around on it. God. Oh. So what I was trying to say is this mask, the mask I'm about to show you, I think it could be Van Damme, but it could be West German. It could be a West German plastic mask. It's of a very weird witch. I love weird shit. So here, I'm going to stop babbling. I'm going to turn the camera around. Look at, I put her on Barbara, you know, but look at this weird. It is just amazing to me. Not all amazing masks are rubber, okay? This is a plastic one. And it's got, you know, it's the hair, the bright colors to it. It looks like a scary German Hansel and Gretel type, you know, thing. It's got that going on. It's just on the very bizarre side when it comes to a Halloween mask. And this has great size to it. Remember, this is on a mask. There's a mask underneath it. This is a top mask on top of a mask, and this is a plastic mask. So you can see how big this thing is. Just amazing. I had to show you here in the nice light, and we're going to carry her to the trick shop because I bought this for the purposes of hanging her in the trick shop. I thought about replacing that weird lady up there, but she's so cool. I don't want to cover up the Adams sign either. It's like, where's she going to go? This is totally a Van Damme mask. Of course, I pull one down that's got no markings whatsoever. Damn it. I can see I have a cord, like a cable running across, like a wire, and you easily just take a clothespin and grab the edge of the mask from behind. Long. See that little sticker? All right, here. See that little, I'm gonna try to get it in the light. That little sticker there. I can't read it from where I'm standing, but I know it says Van Damme something right there. So now you'll be able to identify a Van Damme mask. Usually they will have some kind of little sticker in them saying, and it's a different type of spelling. I don't think it's spelled like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, these, see, they're brittle. Like, so yeah, this is cracked. You know, it's very delicate. But look here, look at these little words here. Can you read that? It says made in France for Van Damme. V-A-N-D-A-M. I never realized they had little tiny print on them like that. I wonder if they all do. All right, guys. If those of you that have never seen this before, please go back in my videos and look at my video on my trick shop. This is a display I made, and basically holds my vintage trick shop collection, my gags, my novelties, things that I was absolutely infatuated with as a young kid, you know. All of this is so special to me. And display it in a very special way. You know, I couldn't just throw them on a shelf. I started accumulating them, like I said, in multiples. Like if I saw an eBay lot where it was three makeup kits, 1, 2, 3 in store stock, I started buying the lots that had multiples, 4 pads of butter, fake butter, you know, because I knew I was going to do this someday. I was going to get pegboard and make my own vintage, you know, old school trick shop, a store wall. I wanted to look like the wall out of an old store, you know, and it certainly came out great. There's another Van Damme mask. Cool devil. So again, thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna try and knock out another one tonight after this one gets edited and put up, but October's not over yet, right? So thank you, and I'll see you soon.